Today I'm going to discuss the altcoin crash that we just had. I'm going to go directly into the topics that matter the most to you. Is there more pain to come, or should you be buying now? Before we start, nothing here is financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. So let's just get straight into it. We haven't got any time to waste. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to run through the system that tells us if we're close to the bottom. I created this system for myself in 2023 and I've been using it since, and it's helped me make a lot of money. So let's go through it together. The first thing that we need to check across the board is high time frame support. Do we have that present? So firstly, if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart, we've got Bitcoin on the daily trend. We haven't lost it, and it's the same trend that's been supporting us since 67k. So nothing to be concerned about over here. If we go to the altcoin index, we can see that the 2022 bear market high and the March 2024 local top is where we're at right now. Currently, it looks like we're closing below it, but I believe by the end of this week, this will just be a long wick, and I'll explain why in just a bit. So yes, currently, this still is at high time frame support. If you go to the others dominance, which is what share of the entire market altcoins are, I like to think of this as the ultimate fear and greed index. We're still currently at high time frame support. You can see how powerful this trend is and how it works. Currently, I'd say we're still at weekly trend support. And again, as I said, I'll explain why in just a moment. Last thing, Solana is a great canary in the coal mine for the entire market and altcoins in general. We're still, again, at high time frame major support. So that's a really key measure that we need to be able to identify a major bottom. These high time frame major supports are so important and so powerful. If you zoom out and ignore everything else, you'll see that it works most of the time. These indexes are so powerful in the way they work. So you can just see a bigger picture of all the high time frame supports we have in the market right now. I'd say this is a good starting case to present the idea that the bottom is in. The second thing we need to look for to identify a bottom in the market is there major FUD present? Is there FUD in the market that would cause newbies and retail to panic sell? And right now, I believe we have one of the best FUDs you can ask for. Throughout this whole cycle, what have we heard influencers say? You've heard them say once global liquidity rises again, once they start cutting rates, we're going to go to the banana zone and everyone's going to become rich. But now with Powell becoming hawkish, this is the sort of FUD that causes people to doubt in the entire cycle. If you wanted to scare a retail newbie, I think this is one of the best ways you could have done it. Almost every influencer I've seen talks about rate cuts and global liquidity. That's in the mindshare of all the masses. Now they're weakening that narrative. You can see the panic selling off the back of that FOMC. So this is a great confluence point for my bottom signal checklist. The next thing on my checklist is the pain that crypto holders have been through this cycle and with the altcoin dominance. This is the first real pop that we've had after months of brutal downtrend, and it's almost instantly retraced. I'm seeing similar sentiment on social media to August 5th, believe it or not. That's how bad it is at the moment. And remember what I told you in the last video. Think about how you're feeling right now. You're probably thinking, man, just give me a bounce, I'll de-risk some stables. You're thinking, what if the cycle has topped? I want you to take those emotions that you're feeling looking at these prices and then amplify them. That's exactly how the average retail noob in this market is thinking. And if they feel 5x worse than you, do you think they're going to keep holding? They are the people who are trying to buy the dip on leverage to recover their losses and losing even more money. So if you're wondering who's selling in the markets right now, it's most likely retail noobs. Also, sentiment-wise, I have a feeling that overall people are just tired of this now. They waited so long for all season to come, and it really did feel like it was about to come, and it just rolled on them. And over time, it's feeling more and more like it will never come, and this is a Bitcoin-only super cycle. That's the exact sort of sentiment we need to mark major bottoms and actually get a proper all season. Each time one of these breakouts fails, it's building resentment and disbelief in the market. So when it does happen, there'll be more fuel to send us higher. And speaking of crowd sentiment and positioning, I will say this. I don't think people made enough money in the last few weeks to really warrant a cycle top. Cycles top when the market becomes unsustainable and there's too many euphoric people making too much money. I have not seen much evidence of that in the last few weeks. And lastly, for my bottom signal checklist, I like to use technical data as confluence tools. First, you can see that the stock market crashed. This is one of the best things that marks bottoms in my opinion. I remember the reason I bought on August 5th was because the stock market was crashing and I could see a lot of people in the Discord were scared because of that. It's one thing when people lose money in their crypto portfolio, but when they see their stock portfolio crashing, it's a different level of fear. And the daily candle we had on the S&P was almost the exact same as August 5th. The next data point that I like to use is liquidations. We've again had another massive liquidation day. This is really bullish for the market. It cleanses out all those greedy leverage traders. And it also transfers coins from weaker hands to stronger hands. If you remember the video I made on December 10th, where I talked about the open interest wipe and liquidations, all of that stuff is still relevant. This price action sort of reminds me of August 5th, where we had that mega crash on August 5th, and then a month later on September, after giving a decent bounce, it scared everyone again. This is something I forgot to mention in this video, and it looks like that's what we're getting right now. We're getting that second real retest where the market slows it down. Remember, this was wick, so people didn't really get to see it in their portfolios, but right now, they're definitely getting to visually see the pain. So is this currently a buying opportunity? Well, ignore me, pretend I'm not here, just look at what's in front of you on your screen regarding the high time frame support, regarding the technical data, and regarding the sentiment. Any objective person would say that this is when you're supposed to be buying in a bull market. Even with me, my portfolio, I'm down over 6 figs in the past few days, but I just remember all of my analysis and I don't worry about it. I just focus on what I need to do, which is deliver the strongest and best altcoins I can possibly find, and then I let the bull market do its thing. So hopefully my video helped you relax just a bit. Remember, I don't have control over the prices, but what I can do is keep a level head and keep bringing objective, unbiased analysis. I didn't plan on making a video today, but I did it out of loyalty because I really felt people needed it because of how badly the prices were going down. I also think if this sort of Christmas lull continues, you'll see a lot of YouTubers go quiet, and then when the prices start pumping again, they'll start uploading. I recently noticed that they do that, but I'm going to keep uploading as much as I can for you. If Bitcoin and the indexes start losing key levels, I'll also release a video giving my thoughts on that. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss that video. It's really important. Something important that I urge you to pay attention to is the idea of always keeping some stables in the market. Throughout November, even when the market was really hot and looking amazing, I was like, I'm not letting go of my 10% stables easily. And the reason for that was not actually portfolio based. The 10% stables isn't going to make me rich if I use it to buy the dip, and it won't make me poorer if I didn't have it exposed to a raging bull market. What it does allow me to do is manage this 90% of my portfolio far better. For those of you who are all in watching this video, wouldn't you agree that looking at this price action, even having just 10% in stables would have made it far easier on your psychology? Because instead of focusing on how much you're losing, it gives you the power to interact with the market. Your brain starts to redirect its attention to, okay, what can I buy to take advantage of this clear fear in the market, instead of focusing on the fear itself and how much money you're losing. I realized for most people it's really hard to do nothing, and that mentality of always having to do something causes people to make a lot of errors in their portfolio. One more thing I'd like to talk about is the danger of crypto influencers. I see too many people blindly following influencers and relying on them too much for what to do with their own portfolios. This is the dip right now that we can handle, right? We know the fundamentals and the history are in place for us to go higher, but there's going to come a time where the dip will be the final one and people will be bullish. People will say it's a correction before the next leg higher. And then a little bounce comes and you think the next leg is coming, and then it doesn't come. You keep watching these influencers holding out for some semblance of hope as the prices keep drifting lower and lower. But all of a sudden, they stop making videos and they stop replying on socials, etc. Probably because they're going to be too busy managing their own portfolios and making trades. Remember, you have to prioritize yourself in this market and understand that no one will manage your portfolio for you in this market. I want you to really consider how you're feeling in this market right now, because by the time the real major cycle top comes and you realize it's over, like over here or over here, you're literally going to be sick to your stomach. That's how bad it's going to be. So I'm telling you now, look after yourself in this market and never rely on any influencers to base the foundations of your decisions off of. Too many people do this thing where the influencer forms the base in their decision making, whereas it should be like this. The influencer can only support or add information to a pre-existing thesis you already have about the market. I'm bringing this up specifically in this video because I want you to really remember how you're feeling right now and think about how you're going to be feeling when the stakes are so much higher and you're playing with a lot more money. Look, I can see on YouTube Studio who else my audience watches, and some of you are watching people that you're literally smarter than. It truly boggles my mind. I might make a YouTuber tier list actually. But anyways, you need to believe in your own abilities and trust your own decision making more than anything that a random influencer says. Another thing I want to share with you in this video is I think this particular video would be really useful, especially during times like this. Real multi-cycle planning and giving my long-term Bitcoin price predictions and telling you how I plan to use Bitcoin as a savings tool for multiple cycles to really compound my wealth. No one makes real long-term planning videos like this, probably because they don't get a lot of views, but I thought I might as well be the first one. So subscribe now so you don't miss this video. Now this last part is really crucial. I want to talk to you about the concept of one opportunity. One coin can literally change your life. One opportunity where everything aligns for you. Don't focus on how much your portfolio is bleeding right now. Look at Hype and what it did in the last month. It did like a 10x in 1 month. Look at Supra, freshly launched, and it gave you a 6x in a month, now saying around a 4x. I'm not shilling either of these, by the way. I'm just trying to show you the opportunity of how much money there is to make in crypto when the market conditions are good. Don't forget about the possibilities within a bull run. Don't let people get into your head and make you think crypto is dead. Once a few green candles return on Bitcoin, the fear in the market is going to turn into FOMO so fast. And then the mega opportunities that can change your life really do and will come along. So please don't be too fearful. Last thing, make sure you check out Premium, get early access to any altcoins I buy. My only focus is deliver the best altcoin research. Take a look at December's call, A8, and this insane strength in the market. This is the sort of quality research I aim to keep bringing, so don't miss out. You'll also get a place to discuss the altcoins you're currently holding with my team and gain feedback on them, see if there's any issues with them. You can go through the Vouch channel in the Discord to see reviews from real people. If you want to pay with your crypto, go to the crypto payment channel and open a ticket at the bottom over here. Thanks for watching.